A body has been discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Okay.
A body has been
Oh my God.
discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Of course, because there was 2 of them. 2 body discovery announcements in a row. That means the hanged body with the hemp bag on its head. Hyoko's suspended body. Both of these bodies have been discovered at the same time.
What is this?
What?
Kyoko, and who the hell is that other one wearing the hemp bag? Pretty sure that's Ibuki.
Could it be?
2 victims? But when I was here earlier, I didn't see Hyoko's body. I only saw the hanged body over there. Not even 10 minutes passed, but still, why? What is this? Impossible, 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 impossible. It's impossible for killings to happen on this island.
Shut the hell up!
Idiot.
This is just...
For now, we should lower that person wearing the hemp bag to the ground. Leaving it like that is just so too sad.
Yes! But what about the preserving the scene of the crime?
Who fucking cares about that? There's a control panel for the baton lighting on the wing of the stage. You can lower the body with that. That one? Hiko ran over to the wing of the stage and pressed a button on the control panel. With motorized sound like the growl of a starving beast, the baton lighting slowly descended. When it descended enough for us to reach it, we all worked together to lower the body. Now, I'm gonna take off the hemp bag, okay? It is Ibuki. Ugh. Even though I expected it, I still didn't want to confront that reality. Under the hemp bag, there was no denying that the face I saw belonged to Ibuki. Damn it!
It's all my fault. If only I did a better job watching over Ibuki. You're wrong. It's not your fault, Mikan. No matter how we feel, the one at fault is...
What's the matter?
Jeez, it feels like someone died in here or something.
So you finally showed up, the root of all evil.
What the heck?
How dare you call your big brother the root of all evil? I even went to the trouble of bringing everyone for you. Bringing everyone?
Ah! Are you kidding me?
What the hell is going on here? Ibuki and Hiyoko?
What?
So, 2 people have been killed?
What?
Whoa there, that's not all. I've also summoned the others who were at the hospital. The others?
This is trouble.
Looks like another serious incident occurred while I wasn't aware.
Damn it!
I can't believe it. They did such a horrible thing. So you guys are better now? Nikito and Akane, are you okay?
Huh?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
No way!
Are you talking about the despair disease? Jeez, you guys, that stuff is totally over now.
Over?
Yeah, because I got bored.
For that silly reason?
And now that the killing has started, there's no need to keep that motive around anymore. Yeah, that despair disease is gone now, so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
What'd you say?
What the heck? That's impossible. How can you spread a disease and cure it so easily? Who cares about the itty-bitty details? What matters is that it's already been cured. So, let's get back to our main topic and proceed as usual.
The Monokuma File! See ya later!
I'll be waiting at the class trial. Do your best to investigate. Again?
Cannot be.
We have to do this again?
Silence.
We have no choice. Like last time, if this means one of us has killed these 2, then we cannot let this be.
Why do we have to do this?
Damn it.
Thinking like that won't do anything. We have to do this. If we don't do anything, we'll all be executed.
What do you...
Abandon your overdependence and complaint this instant. Those have no place in this world. But what about Nekomaru? What's going to happen to him? Is he not going to participate this time? Is that even allowed? Nekomaru! Huh?
That's weird.
I'm crying. What happened to me? Looks like lingering after effects of the despair disease. It's nothing you need for you to worry about.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Fortunately, it seems like I have nothing to worry about.
This is bad.
Since you had the liar disease, your after effects could be lies. maybe?
Leave it to me!
Please leave Nekomaru to me. Everyone must focus on investigating, so I must do my very best.
Alrighties!
I will definitely bring back Nekomaru and win everyone's trust. It seems we should leave Nekomaru to Monami. What about guarding this area? Do we still need it?
Damn it.
I'll stay. I still don't feel good yet.
It's better if I stay here too, right? I should perform the autopsy again, right?
Damn right.
Then I'll leave that to you.
Let's get started, so we can end this nightmare for good.
That's right. We need to end this. We need to finish this once and for all. I know there's no way we can believe that one of us did this, but for those two's sake, we need to find the truth, and then we need to end this nightmare once and for all. Investigate.
Huh?
Like, I've been putting up with this for a while.
Hey!
But why is it so damn hot in here? I hate being hot. It's because your clothes are so smothering. Oh, I seriously can't stand it. I'll let you guys investigate this place. And so Kazuichi left the music venue under a cloud of grumbling complaints. But it is really hot. In fact, it's swelteringly hot. Why is it this hot? No, before that, I need to check the Monokuma file first. There are 2 victims this time, Ibuki Miyoda and Hyoko Saionji. Ibuki Miyoda's cause of death was a crushed windpipe as a result of choking. There are no other external injuries. Hyoko Saionji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool. It appears her death was instant. What the... is this it? I already knew the cause of death from the beginning, so this isn't going to be a useful clue. But yet, it's still been added to the truth bullet section of our handbook.
It's strange. Why did the killer kill 2 people?
Huh?
I mean, the more people you kill, the more clues you leave, right? So, I don't think it's really necessary to kill 2 people and take that kind of risk.
I agree with that.
Or was there a reason they had to kill 2 people?
A reason for killing 2 people?
Regardless, something like this shouldn't be forgiven, so...
I'll definitely find out.
I definitely find the truth behind this case.
I think.
That's what I think.
Seriously, I'd really preferred if she had a more confident sounding catchphrase. Alright, I'll inspect the bodies first. Poor Ibuki, I really didn't want her to die. I loved Ibuki. She was like, happy-go-lucky girl. My manic pixie dream girl. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. With blood. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki. If that's the case, this blood belongs to someone else. Probably Hyoko. Blood on the soles has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can I talk to you for a sec? You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of the hemp bag, though. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like,
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hyoko was tied up.
well,
That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true, their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time. But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed the stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible, because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hyoko's death afterwards. 2 different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? That hemp bag. Upon further inspection, there's a Monami decal in the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. No, it's the one from the theater that only one person can buy, so the only other person who hasn't seen the movie is the person who had the hemp bag, who's probably the person who killed Ibuki and Hyoko. See? I'm getting there. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact that this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true. Huh? Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
hey!
Excuse me, Megan. Do you have a moment?
What's happened?
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Buki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Well, yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
I see. So Buki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place. Jeez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. He's our first suspect, though. Rope used for hanging has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. This must have been the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw.
Isn't that a bloodstain? Look, there's a bloodstain on the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries. If that's the case,
Then it must be Hyoko's blood.
yep, that's the only thing I can think of.
A bloodstain that probably belongs to Hyoko is on the left side of the stepladder, and on Ibuki's shoes. What does this mean? Stepladder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I knew the stepladder was going to come into play. There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in the video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. Candle's been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's a blood stain on the there's a blood stain on the floor. No. No. Okay. Hi, Hyoko. Hyoko's body is suspended against the pillar on the side of the stage. She is wrapped against the pillar with duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it, who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled, also her sash is tied up in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hyoko? When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hyoko's body there. If that's the case, Hyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here, or she was in the storage room already dead and they were waiting for you to leave to tie her up. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? Even if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so, because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually,
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside of Hyoko's kimono. So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want to search inside Hyoko's kimono.
huh?
That's exactly it.
Why?
Well, it would be a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Kitty would agree. Fine. If you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else.
Hey!
Agane!
Yo!
What's up?
Hey,
Well, there's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hyoko's kimono, so can you feel around for that?
What?
I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hyoko's kimono, right?
thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see. Akane reached for the duct tape binding Hyoko as she stuck her hand inside the kimono.
That's weird.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach her in with my hands. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yo!
There's something. Is this what you were looking for? Is this a key?
Perhaps.
It looks different than the keys to the cottage, so this may be a key to a motel room. The key to a motel room, huh? If her key was so deep inside her kimono that it'd be hard to remove, then it's very unlikely the killer tampered with this evidence.
Isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more towards the front of her kimono so we'd notice it easier. Which means we can conclude that this is something Hyoko had with her all along. Motel room key has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you look like you were curious about the condition of Hyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true, there are several mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of all those mysteries, what I was thinking is the strangest is
see?
the way they wrapped her body with that duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide a wound on Hyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if it was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. the reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. Sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anybody faint. Maybe she just wasn't killed there. There's also a stain right there. Oh, but it's not pink. It must not be blood. There's a control panel on the wing of the stage. It seems you can use this control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the ceiling. In fact, we use this to lower Buki-san's body. Speaking of the lighting, the video of the music venue I saw, it had a dim candlelight ambience to it, and it didn't look like the lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that would have inconvenienced them?
So you had
I see, so you noticed too, fiend. Huh? Noticed? So you didn't notice? Are those eyes just little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed the aberrant item? Look at the baton lighting. You mean that? Oh, the little thing hanging off of the white thing? There's something that looks like a black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. I should lower the baton lighting one more time.
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go, my 4 dark devas of destruction!
Mirage, Golden Hawk, Jumpy. Now's the time for you to take flight. Wahaha! Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my 4 dark devas of destruction. A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up the baton lighting up on the ceiling in a flash. It started running around the stuck slip of paper in rapid circles, and then the paper fluttered downward and was deftly caught by Gundam. Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder.
That is amazing. I have never seen a hamster do tricks.
They are my 4 dark devas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So what's with the paper? It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not have any special spells scribed onto it.
It was close.
It appears to be it's nothing useful. No, that's not it. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, is just too unnatural. A scrap of thick paper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, is there anything I did not look at? The curtain. There's a black curtain hanging from the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough. It can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh? It's not really a full-length curtain.
This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly.
It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See, the back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain at the supermarket.
So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
So, if they went that far, this was probably something that the killer really needed for this crime.
Why did they need it?
Who knows?
Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easily. Yeah, I'm getting that. The music venue curtain has been added to the choose bullet section of your handbook. Alright, anything else? Oh, that's why it's so hot. It's friggin' 86 degrees in here. But Celsius or Fahrenheit? This looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little, like so. It's running as a heater, over 86 degrees, Fahrenheit! Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a little. AC temperature's been added to the choose bullet section of your handbook. Alright. There should still be things I need to investigate. Like what? Oh, wait, I have to talk to Chiaki. I actually didn't do that yet. With her arms crossed and thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor here?
Nothing dropped. It's just dirty.
Dirty?
Hey. See? Take a close look at the floor.
Yeah, I did see that. Okay. If you look closely, and that is blood. You're right. There's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is this a blood stain?
Yep. Well, the bloodstain isn't strange. Yoko's neck was slashed not far from here. Still. Rather, what's strange is, why did the killer try to hide it?
Hide it?
So, if they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off.
The reason the killer wiped off the blood stain. As long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal a crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide? The smudge on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Now I can go here. The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Kazuichi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this?
Perhaps criminal psychology is part of the play here.
What do you mean?
Well, even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
So that is why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this? Then what was the thing I saw? Surveillance camera unit has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
If only I'd noticed sooner, Pookie might have been saved.
Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing?
After leaving the Kato's room, I went to the call room, and that's when it came to me. That I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient rooms and noticed that Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital.
So that's what happened.
And then I saw Fumihiko in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. Oh, that reminds me. Where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby.
That is a long story.
Sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything. But there's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning.
You're right, we were together until you went to the on-call room.
But that's right. We were together until just a little before the morning Warner Cooper announcement. So I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least.
What happened to not doubting me? Weekend's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Something like this.
It has happened once again. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Hyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those 2 are no longer here. Such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason we can't just leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the 2 that have fallen.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, take a look at this. What? Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it? If something like that's in front of the door, it was probably used to keep it shut. Do you think it might really be a clue? Be a really big clue? It was used to keep the door shut, and then when we busted the door down, it broke. Why would this be a clue? Remember when we came in the music venue? It won't open. The only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if that's going to be possible. Of the 4 of us, 2 of us are girls, you know. It doesn't matter if you can do it or not. We have to try. Let's go. We'll all charge at the same time. Ready, set, go! At Fuyuhiko's signal, we charged in the door at full force. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the 4 of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh? The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick is used in the bar of the door here, to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean, you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how was the killer able to get out? I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. The door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't have been able to escape outside. Maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door, went to the music venue, and they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us. You know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that somewhere around here.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door of the music venue, huh? Like he said, that might be possible, and also gives them more time to have tied up Hyoko's body.
I've listened to the whole story.
I heard what you 2 were discussing. Chiaki. Oh, Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
See?
Look, there's a weird glob where the left and right door touch, see? You're right, what is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
It doesn't look like rubber, but... As she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Why are you putting it in your mouth? Oh, it smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop? And this chewiness. I see, this thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. Oh, it melted because of the heat. For instance, this was originally a liquid that hardened into this. It might be possible to apply directly and smoothly in the caps of the door. What are you talking about? Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Jackie spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Beside that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? Transparent glob has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Well, yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It'll probably go away if I battle a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. You're right. Did you direct your gaze to the brave statue of my four dog Davis of destruction? Yes.
Hajime.
This might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey.
I heard you had witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to read the truth behind this incident for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater help. No. Why? Don't make me repeat myself. No! This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
How unfortunate.
I see. That's disappointing. There's a door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is the storage room. Might as well investigate in here too. Oh, some of the stickers are scattered. And this thing's here. That wasn't there before. There's a lot of stickers with the new logos placed here. It's like they made a bunch of them and have too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Huh? Compared to last time, it feels like there are less stickers than before. Am I overthinking this? There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint all on the shelf. It's probably used for storage decorations. There's thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers plastered all over the front of the side of this wallpaper and the edge of the wallpaper. Looks like it's a little torn, which is where that paper came from, but what's this mean? You know what it means, Hajime. Don't be dumb. Alright. Alright, look at the shelves. There's a lot of different musical instruments lined up here. I know about guitars and drums, but they're also instruments that I've never seen before, but they don't look like they pertain to the case. What's up, Nikito? Nikito, did you come here to investigate this storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it, or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped-over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hiyoko. That probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just going to be the killer's side, right? I'm not siding with the killer, you know? I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What's this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
If you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
What do you mean?
It's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Doing what? Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become an enemy, and I won't even mind when I die. That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not gonna tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey.
You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nigeta walked out of my sight. Movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? I guess it's everything important in the storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. Okay, I think I've seen everything in this building. I'm gonna go to the motel now and see if I can get into Hiyoko's room. Oh, what was that? Alright, with this we might be close to finishing investigation. We might be close to finished investigating the music venue. What? Alright, with this we might be close to finished investigating the music venue. That's not a proper sentence, but I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure to get those autopsy results from her. How about it, Mikan? Have you found out anything by now?
To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive. I got it wrong. But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death.
Because of the heat? Is that possible?
If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine the precise time of death.
I see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up the time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death?
I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order of the murders occurred. Or maybe the hemp egg is on her head, so that you can't tell who the killer is, and that's why the camera cut off before they hanged themselves, and then when the camera was cut off, they switched it with Ibuki. First was Ibuki, then Hiyoko. And as long as this isn't
And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistakes in the order of the murders.
Huh? Imitation murder?
Huh? You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew. See? It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work like a song or a film as an outline for their killing. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it.
How would an imitation murder be related to this murder?
Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie.
That movie? The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people.
Who was an imitation killer? Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that? Do you have a minute? Excuse me, if this really was an imitation of that movie, then is it possible for one more person might have been killed?
This too
It's certainly
must be the
conceivable
will
if
of
the killer
Kasa.
wishes to complete the imitation. I told you we should have watched the movie, Hajime. Well, hold on a sec. What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries. Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm real cautious, fella, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing school trip, the same Wackin can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
You mean you've added another role? Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the Blacken won't be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains.
If this is the maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings. Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules.
I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps. I don't want to consider this a possibility at all, and I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers? Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that the killers exist on the same time, but we can't only vote for one person, right? I am concerned. If we can only choose one based on majority vote, the other person would certainly achieve victory.
Yep. You're right.
See? So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2? Or if 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence! Shut up! It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey, meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Alright, fine, that's right. There's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. So it is about the mastermind? I thought last time, at least in the first game, it was just the one who commits the act of killing. Your brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to the game. I see, so there's no possibility that for 2 killers do exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep. That makes things a little easier.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Face your
it means a 3rd victim would be
powerlessness.
impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Obviously, there was a murder in the movie that they were watching. Just because Nigito thought it was boring doesn't mean it wasn't a motive or clue.
Could it be you haven't seen it?
Seen it? Seriously, seen one? Why are you so stupid, Hajime? They said movie. There's only one movie that you've had the opportunity to watch.
So, like I said, that movie.
Oh my!
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the invitation is,
Good instinct.
of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it.
As if they copied the movie. I see. Nikito mentioned something about that. That can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings. You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously, the movie theater.
I see. So you haven't seen it. No, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts.
Looks like I need to do that.
Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital for sure. The first victim of Buki was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time.
She's right. It might be a good idea for me to investigate the hospital, too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until the end. Alright, leaving the area. Hey guys. I just remembered I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone.
So you have...
You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room is Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers?
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with me, Can and Mate. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey,
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else did you saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Didn't you hear me? A body was found.
The body? Yeah!
Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and
I
Monami.
see.
So Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like,
Well, Hyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously, those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but while we're at it, let me tell you about my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking from the hospital and I asked her what was going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island? No, we went to the movie theater and that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? That's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hyoko and wrapped her around in the pillar with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. I was more like who can we rule off our suspect list for being in the venue, but okay. But the fact is, Hyoko was killed and we did discover her body.
Huh?
Do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. Hyoko's account has been added to the truthful section of the handbook. Alright, the center room. Clatter, clatter, clatter. Looks like it's locked it. The key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. Freak. It opened just as I thought. This key was Hyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. Oh, it's not so bad. As expected blood. So Hyoko was staying here. She only stayed a few nights, but it doesn't really feel like a room. so it doesn't really feel like a room, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my.
Huh?
Did the door open?
Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used it to open it.
I see.
What, did something happen?
No, it is just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault.
Her fault? What does she mean? 1 second. We're in technically her room, so I want to... Yeah, I knew it. Doesn't want to Kuma.
No.
Alright. The bed isn't messed up. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep. There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this.
The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room.
She was afraid of the spare disease, right? So she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason.
Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono?
Yesterday I went to talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash.
She looks gigantic in this picture.
She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru, and that Mahiru had kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did.
What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it!
She is so freaking tall for no reason here.
Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue?
Oh no.
If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
Oh, honey.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be!
Could it be Hyoko remembered that?
Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? Oh, I can see that happening, which would be why it was backwards, because she would have turned it around after she was done tying it. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put on the kimono, the room key inside her kimono. But the mirror, what she would have seen someone sneaking up on her, so... I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident, or was someone listening in on your conversation?
I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation.
Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Sonia's town has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign of someone made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find anything important. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. Leaving here. Alright. We're gonna make our way to the hospital because I feel like the movie theater is gonna be, a lot. Alright, Kazuichi and Shiaki are here. Hey guys. Okay. First Kazuichi. Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to a hospital from one of those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, the surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed in the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. so that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. Hi, Chiaki.
Well,
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only been really a few days. Okay. Guess I gotta check out Ibuki's room. Okay, I guess I should investigate the lobby first. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of this reception desk. As long as the music venue's surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. Right away. A person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag. See, that's not Ibuki because her hair's not down. So that's why the bag was on their head, so they would think that Ibuki did it to herself. But that's not how she died. On their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but I know now that it must have been Ibuki. Except for it's not, so it's probably freaking Nagito. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed the stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope and... That's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the scene went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model.
Hold on.
Well,
At the time you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right?
Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time, because you waited until the person was on the stepladder before you even, you waited until you couldn't see anything. Like, if the camera feed hadn't gone out, you would have just sat there and watched instead of doing anything, and it kind of pisses me off.
Hey.
Still, she climbed the stepladder on her own. Does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? I don't think that was her that was stepping on it. Ibuki committed suicide. What do you think, Chiaki?
There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
If so,
Don't think for so long. You don't know. Just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure it out so easily.
Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there.
What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? The surveillance monitor video has been added to the Truthful section of her handbook. Now can I go? Should I go to Ibuki's room first or the conference room? Hey, Kane. How you doing?
Now then.
I'm finally getting back to my normal self. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. No, thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns? Yeah, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size too, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. What happened to the one you were wearing? Yeah, that's what he just asked. Hold on. Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser. No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta get back soon. Well, it's okay, since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Yeah, which patient? Okay, I think it was this one. Yeah, this one was Ibuki's room. Looks like this is an open room. There shouldn't be anybody inside. I should look somewhere else. No? Is this Ibuki's room? Looks like this is an open room. There shouldn't be anyone inside. I should look somewhere else. Was that not? I thought that was Ibuki's room. Alright, I guess I'll just go to the conference room then. Ooh. Feet up the stairs. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
Yes. If you turn the lights on, it'll be fully exposed. It'll be embarrassing.
What's fully exposed?
Hajime, if you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke him out?
I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke him out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Bummer. Troll fail.
No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey. Were you surprised?
Surprised? I don't get it.
Well, I got it.
Got what?
See? The curtains in this conference room are designed completely to block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through. See? A black curtain that blocks light and is also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect.
A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So it's something wrong with it?
I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret.
Yep, she is upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about being embarrassing if I look and troll fail.
Nope. I just wanted to mess with you.
Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. I thought I was gonna check out Ibuki's room. It's a projector. Well, it's not strange for it to be in a conference room after all. This probably isn't a clue. I should look somewhere else. Fine, I'll leave. Do I not have to check out the other hospital rooms? I said he was done, so I guess I'll go for now. Whee! Alright, let's go see what this movie is. The Wizard of Monami.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used the movies as their crime.
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched that movie
I
yet.
see.
Then you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Manager, a customer's here.
Did you call me?
Yeah, did you call me?
Well, what?
Well, what? Hajime's the customer. Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what a tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being tsundere, you even brought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it! My resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took out the sticker. See, it's this one! I'm sorry I was born stupid. You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away one ticket per person. You only have one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped on today's date onto the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once. But anyone else who would have watched it won't be able to say so with their stamp.
Forward to it, okay?
And I'll prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Hey, Hajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Huh? Why? No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. Obtain Truth Bullet. Movie's invitation ticket has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I guess I just should wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations. But I have to watch it now at this time.
No.
Hold on, I'm still in the middle of preparing. Don't rush.
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hated, you know. They might even get hated by boy bears too, you know. You can hate me when you want. The hemp bag is gone. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter, but it's on Ibuki's head. Well, not anymore, but it was. This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth with a decal of Monami's face on it.
Ah, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag, useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item only. Only one person can have it.
If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there, were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out.
Who'd you sell it to?
You're so stupid.
There's no way I'd fall for that.
There's no way I'd say something that would reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it?
Shocking.
Ah!
I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right?
It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person.
What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off. Monokuma's account has been added to the Truthful section of the handbook, so there are 2 hemp bags.
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
This is exciting.
Inside the theater. Ow.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will be screening shortly.
From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this 2.5D that sounds so
Now
half-assed.
then, please relax and enjoy the film.
I'll try. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D. Monami is walking past old people.
Monokuma was born in a remote village
Oh, I said
full of
Monami.
old
Whoops.
people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise
Oh, wow.
and was whisked away to Monami's country.
Oh? What's Monami's country?
Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change.
Oh, Jesus.
So he began his journey to see the wizard, Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide,
Oh, jeez.
the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
Oh,
He also met a Monami tin man
So this
who was
was who
missing a heart.
the
So
third one would have been.
Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened,
A lot of other
Monokuma
stuff.
finally
We're not gonna
reached
press
the
on.
wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami.
as one does.
And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
Oh, jeez. Well, at least he's happy.
And he lived happily ever after.
The end.
Man, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, one for each head.
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm too disgusted to even allow this sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. At least the first 2. We don't know about the Tin Man, but that's probably going to be the killer's execution. Ibuki's death by hanging matches Scarecrow's death in the movie. And not just that, Hyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too. It would have been complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or... If the killer's main goal was to just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure that's even true. The Wizard of Monomu has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Uh-oh, time to get to the trial.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome!
I'm so glad you're happy.
The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP!
Fine.
I'll see you soon!
Yeah, only because you kill me if you don't. It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But it's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock, and soon enough...
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial? Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Monomi's such a dumb child.
What?
Don't get in the way. Go get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. Cells. My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do to Nakamoto? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died.
Sounds like you say.
Oops.
Anyway.
Since Nakamoto is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye.
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Oh, hold on. I won't let you escape.
Hey!
Did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nakamoto is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well...
More importantly, it's best we don't worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us will except Nakamoto would die.
Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you...
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough. Was it you?
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. Let's talk to the group first. What the frig? Was it you, Nagito? Just as I thought, this particular incident. Oops, we can continue this later, right, Hajime? What's wrong with him? He's even creepier than usual. Was it him? It's about time I showed my serious side.
Let's make history.
Geez, how troublesome, but I suppose I can display my true power for the sake of our 2 fallen comrades. Okay.
This is bad.
Hey, what did Monokuma mean just now? Don't tell me Nakamoto's hardy. Don't get distracted by Monokuma. We need to focus on the class trial right now. I know, but...
I'm gonna do it!
Hey, what are you whining about? Hurry up and get this over with already. And then we can re-coach Nakamoto with open arms when he comes back.
Jeez.
I already figured this, but it's best if we don't rely on Monomi all that much. She's just saying stupid things and it'll make us even more confused. Maybe we should shut her up for good.
Hey,
Let's go. There's no time to waste. I know it's sad, but we need to move forward. And then we need to end this once and for all. Hyoko, it must be my fault after all.
Well?
Then I must learn the truth behind this murder most foul. Now then, let's proceed.
I haven't been helpful at all. I couldn't even figure out an estimated time of death. I'm sorry I'm such a useless piece of trash.
Alright, and with that note, let's go. Well, the way it just randomly, spawns in, like it doesn't lower or anything. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined-up silhouettes kept getting smaller and smaller, but I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock... The elevator began its steep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. And the elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness, and I walked into that place. Oh? My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats.
Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No!
Why bother?
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of a long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. She was kind of like the, oh my god. 1 second. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. The Takahito. No. I think it was Takahito. I can't believe I can't remember his name, but the ultimate moral compass. He was the mood maker of the first group, and I was really sad when he died. I feel the same way about Ibuki. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hiyoko Saionji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just by looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually a selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahito's death. The person who killed these 2 is among us. Teru dead. I definitely can't believe it. Nekomaru's not there, but whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out no matter the cost, for our sake, for our friend's sake, for Ibuki and Hiyoko's sake. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright, trials start. All rise.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Oh, I hate when you do
During the
this.
class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
I'm pretty sure Nikito had something to do with it.
Alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Not following the logic there, but I like the enthusiasm.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those 2 can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder. Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story!
And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hiyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Yes, just in case anyone in the back didn't catch any of this.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body...
Oh, screw you, Nagito.
Then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Well, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking prove it. It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Great. But we kind of needed to explain the situation to solve it, so... Okay.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
No. Oh, okay. So, I'm not the killer. There should be a contradiction somewhere. It's what Nagito said. I should need to find that and break through. So when Nagito said it was...
I don't think I can... After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
There we go.
That's wrong.
Break!
I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
You're just fucking with us.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
And you're the one to tell me to hold on to it as if a charm.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
Oh no.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Not sure
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
I mean, I actually kind of respect that deductive skill.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? I don't freaking know. Were they not? Motel room key, scrap of thick paper, stepladder, semi-transparent glob. Maybe the semi-transparent
The killer
glob?
was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
Wait!
It looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Wait, I just realized that probably the reason there was freaking wallpaper on is because Hiyoko was already on the wall and that was just covered up. So all they would have had to do was raise the light thing. Okay.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
I have no idea.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for...
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to
Can I
lock
actually
the
use
door.
that now?
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
Yes, but based on that taste, so it's a semi-transparent glob.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Oh shit, I didn't even notice he had said that. I need to be paying attention.
The killer was still by locking the door from the inside. They tried to keep us from getting by locking the door from the inside. They tried to keep us from getting in.
I got this. I know.
The killer was still inside the music venue by locking the door from the inside.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
Wait a second. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There's a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably... It wasn't rubber. It tasted like chemicals. Glue?
Semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
She said it tasted awful, so it wasn't gummy.
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
Hey, tell that to kindergarten class and they're gonna freaking be a little upset with you.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Not following why yet.
I totally fell for that fucking trap.
You did. You're a simp.
Apologize to Miss Sonia. And me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
For the love of God, please.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
No, I'm pretty sure that Hiyoko was always there. She was just hidden under the wallpaper. And then that was lifted up with the curtain. I don't know.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
Not necessarily.
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
Yeah, I knew it.
That scrap of paper, is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
Indeed it is, Gundam.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
It's wallpaper! The scrap was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. Oh, I can do it. Wallpaper! 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 Ah, shit. Wallpaper! thought I had already done that, but I got used to pressing X. What if it petty? What if it petty? What if it petty? Oh, petty! Wallpaper. Wait, no! Oh. Wall paper Betty. One more. Wallpaper. Where's the R? Where the frig are you? R. No, that's a P. R. There we go.
Got it! Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
Right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Oh, fuck you.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. It was the baton. Logic dive. Oh god. Okay, I got this. How do I jump? Ah, triangle. Alright, sorry. Took me a second. Where's my question? Give me a question. Give me a question. Oh, shoot. That was painful. Go, 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 go. Give me a question. Question 1. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Under the wallpaper. Go, go, go. Give me question 2, I'm ready for you. Give me question 2, I'm ready. Question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. Go Gadget, go Gadget. Question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They covered the pillar. Yeah.
it's all coming together!
Yes, it is. Complete.
Got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music room.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
The crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the victims in that movie, it should be easy to explain that now. To mix up the killing order.
I see!
Right, because the Scarecrow was
The
killed
reason
first.
the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
If it's going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my
Okay.
mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
An even bigger jerk pointing out my what's the word I'm looking for? Give me a sec. Insecurities. There you go.
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was killed.
Because of the blood on her
That
soles.
would mean Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How right. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion. You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hyoko was killed. She was alive because there was blood on her soles. Show me the blood on the soles. Yeah, the first one. Yep, that's the one. That's what I want.
When Hyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I don't want to disagree.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
Didn't need to.
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
There you go, Sonia.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Miyoko's blood!
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
What are you doing now, Gundam?
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Okay.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? Good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Okay.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status.
Are you okay, Gundam? Are you getting a little depressed?
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Alright, rebuttal showdown time. Rope used for hanging, motel room stepladder. Smudge on floor.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was... You can't step on
there
blood that
was.
was never there. Just about one... See a nice nightmare.
Despite his exaggerated protest, I feel like I've already seen an opening to
You're
counter.
saying the
This is a
blood
trap.
on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Such a corny line. Break.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Yoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Yoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
I would still spill out quite a bit.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
Yeah.
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Yoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means
She was very gullible.
But if Ibuki's
If someone
the
told her
killer,
she had to
she
kill
wouldn't have been
Hyoko,
able
she
to
would have.
falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means...
But the killer could have just told Ibuki to kill Hyoko and hang herself. But it didn't have her hair in the body. Or the person in the video didn't have her hair over their shoulders like she did when she was hanging from the freaking ceiling.
The killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, just what was that video Hajime saw?
Yeah, I've been wondering this too. Huh?
According
not
to that video
Ibuki.
we saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
It doesn't look like Ibuki to
Then
me.
does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
She was the gullible disease. If she was told that hanging herself would get her off the island or make her feel better, maybe that would happen.
Say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually right?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body of the music video a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
The weakest link. Let's start. Mikan's account, surveillance monitor, Hiko's account, Sonya's account. Oh, shit. Whose account was whose again?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
Oopsie, sorry.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel is doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Sonya.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Wait. Hiko, what was Hiko saying? 1 second. Okay, I can look at these. Okay, thank God. Okay. No longer, so that's not it. Right until the morning announcement. Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized Ibuki had disappeared, and she rested at the hospital. So he wasn't in his cottage, so it's Mikan's account.
Sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
Fuihiko.
What about you guys?
Was it you?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Why are you agreeing? Okay. Shit. I didn't mean that. Okay, I have to disagree.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
No.
Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi.
I was where I was supposed.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Thank you.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I almost died.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I'd feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Because it's you and you're crazy? I'm sorry, I'm eating cookies right now. The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us. If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? Or are we at the end? Oh, I could have saved my cookie for like 5 minutes and I wouldn't have interrupted. Oop.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. Mama, what's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is going to give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, our time is already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 3,000 words or so. 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll be just a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be a merchandise opportunity head to your way. Oh no, my teeth hurt.
Then... I'm Usami, magical miracle girl. Usami, I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk.
Jeez, I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best. What? A certain robot's little sister?
What a disappointment!
I don't know.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
I guess that's that.